Hello, Just Jax here, and welcome to my channel. New day, new project, new mess. Now, I made a start because I wasn't too sure whether, I was going to do this video, but how I was going to do it. So, basically, I bought this with the idea of making a skin mask. I was unsure how to go about it. I was thinking cast it, applying it to sections of the face, taking it off, putting it back together again. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and remember to look over there, but I can see myself right there. And it's an odd thing to look at. I mean, in general, but especially today. Now, I can't show you where everything is because I've got a skirt on today, which is a shock in itself. I've also got it hoiked right the way up because I've put loads of layers of the liquid latex in sheets across my thighs because they're the biggest areas of skin that I have easy access to. So I thought, well, I can make big sheets of it down there, or big enough anyway. But it'd be good to have a general shape. Well, originally I was just going to go for the nose, and then I kept going and going and going and going. So I'm going to build this up in layers. It's an interesting feeling. It feels like I've got tape on my skin, like holding everything in one place. So like if you ever put, most of us have, let's be honest, as kids, you'd have put, like, joking around, you put masking tape over your mouth. We all saw cartoons, well, of my sort of age range anyway, cartoons where they put tape over their mouths to stop them from speaking. And you always see if you can, and you always are able to eventually just bust it. If you keep breathing on it, you wet the tape, and that's how it feels. Like I've got tape everywhere. I've pre-cut a slit from my mouth. So what I'm going to do is, I was just checking my legs to see how they were drying. And I'm trying to be aware because I've got my mic set up just in case this doesn't record audio very well. It's a bit hit and miss. And I don't want the cable or anything to go into the wet liquid latex that's drying on my legs as we speak. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, we'll flash forward in a second because I'm going to build up more and more layers, perhaps, hopefully, as long as I make sure none of my hair decides it's going to jump in. So I've got quite a thick base to work off of. I'll thicken the sheets up that are drying on my legs as we speak. Then we'll come back to see it, to see the face get peeled off. You ain't seen my legs, they're not for YouTube. I'll peel those off separately and I'll show you how they've come out. Then we're going to look at how we're going to be putting it back together. Because I was thinking sewing with like embroidery thread because it's really thick, or staples because they have a really cool look. But I'm hoping if I make enough we can have a little experiment, see what we prefer the look of. And then we're going to put it back on when it's done to see how it looks. But we'll like mucky up the face a bit. So I'm going to go in as far as I can without actually getting my eyes or my eyelashes. So perhaps around here. And I don't want to get my eyebrows. But that's also where the patches of skin can come in. We can add those. So there's bits falling, bits flaying, all that fun stuff. So, I guess if we come in close, I mean, it's pretty good stuff because it is here, but it doesn't look like it's there. So I'm quite impressed. Same here, it's all across my chin, but my chin just looks shiny. So I'm quite impressed with how close to skin tone this is. Now, I know it's sort of semi-transparent. I mean, here's the little eyeball from another day. That's using the liquid latex. Oops. And it's pretty good as far as the skin tone goes. Try and get that in there. Well, I'm all a bit pale in places. I don't get a lot of sun. Not because I'm a shut-in. I go out lots. It's just I'm allergic to the sun, so I have to stay covered up. My hands are perhaps the darkest thing on me. Anyway, stop playing with that. That'll come in for something else for another day. So I might start putting a bit more of this on now. Now I've just been applying it with my finger because I'm going to burn through paintbrushes really quick if I keep using paintbrushes, because they ain't getting this liquid latex. I'm going to try, because I haven't got the mirror in here, so I'm going to try and do this. So I'm not going to be looking at you all for the moment, I'm going to be looking at me. This is going to be layer upon layer upon layer. This is how it starts. I don't know if I'm brave enough to go around there, because it's quite close to hair and eyebrows, though I did get brave enough to go right up the middle between my eyebrows, so perhaps. So this is going to be what I will be doing for perhaps the next hour. Now it dries pretty quickly, so though I'll tell you now, if you do this yourself, it does, if you get too close to your eyes, it's like leaning over varnish or super glue. It does make your eyes a little bit sore. It doesn't irritate them because you don't get it in your eyes, but it does make them a little bit tingly. So, and I've got sensitive eyes anyway, that'll start watering in a moment. My eyes water if I get water in them. That's how sensitive they are, so I'll be closing my eyes in a second. I'll go as far as I can. This is going to be really fun to remove. And I also have, as a lot of you would have seen, I've got a mole right there. But I don't want to touch the mole because I don't want to aggravate it. It's a sensitive sole. Right, I'm going to be brave and come around here. I'm going to, before I go down the centre again, I'm going to go to the mirror in the bathroom. Because I don't want to pull my eyebrows out, basically. I want them where they are. I quite like them where they are. And I might get brave enough to go down here. That's about as far as I'm willing to go right now. This would make for an interesting look all by itself for Halloween. When it's dry, of course. Like right now, it looks like I've just got a load of cream on my face. I think that's all I'm going to be brave enough to do right now. There's no point in putting any on my thighs on camera, because like I said, you're not going to see those, so there'll be no point. This is where we're at right now. So I am going to, I don't have any straws. I really, really, really want a cup of tea. I daren't drink a cup of tea. I have a cup of tea. I might have to drink it like it's soup and use a spoon. So I'm going to finish applying this, layer up the legs, and then when we come back, it'll be the grand peel. And then sorry, I've got focus over there. I keep staring over there because, like I say, this is quite distracting to look at. We'll come back for the grand peel. And I also glanced over there then because I can see how long this is taking. I'm quite distracted this morning. I gotta get focused. Yes, we'll come back, we'll do the peel, and we'll see what we've got with all the other patches that are drying about the place. There's a couple of darker patches down there because I originally put a load of this liquid latex in the makeup tray upside down. I forgot yesterday that I put fake red stuff in that tray upside down. And it's made, I mean, it's good to know as far as an experiment goes, you can tint the colour of this liquid latex. Or at least you can with fake red stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I used it anyway just to see as an experiment. So yeah. We'll come back when I'm all dry. Right. Let's get peeling. Because I think my skin is handling all it can. Now there's going to be a few hairs come away. And I have to try my best not to let it touch itself because it just wants to stick to itself. So I think what I might do before I go any further is talc the outside. Otherwise it's at risk. Oh, mind you, it'll just add to the effect, won't it? Right, let's get peeling. It looks so cool. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to try and let that dry like completely, and I will talc it because it is going to stick to itself otherwise. That looks so freaky. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to work a treat. I'm going to lay that somewhere to dry and go and give my face a little aftercare. I'm going to go and wash it thoroughly to make sure everything's off it and moisturise. There's going to be little bits here or there. And I've also taken all my skin from my thighs. Liquid latex skin, not real skin, people. Or YouTube. People aren't daft. YouTube can be daft. So, fake skin. But really cool. And I wanted, I don't know if you can see that. It's shiny on the outside, but this is the side that I want. That's got the skin texture on it. It's the same for my inverted face. That side looks cool. This side looks better. So we'll probably go with that side, but I'm going to let that just chill and do its thing. It's not sticking so much to itself that side. We'll see. I'll probably talc it up either way in a moment just to make sure it's okay. But I'm going to go and tend to my face. That was the peel. I made a start because I wanted to make sure that my skin was okay underneath it. Even though I have had this on my skin, it always pays to check. So, yeah, we're going to get cleaned up. I will hop in the shower after I finish making a mess of myself because I know there's going to be there's going to be bits of latex stuck to my thighs. Little bits like this. And I don't want that. So yes, I'm going to go get cleaned up. let these dry a little bit, because some of the ones on my thighs, you can see, they're not completely, they were dry enough to get off, but they're not going to be dry enough to like manhandle and do something with. Plus I kind of just made a mess everywhere. Like there's drops of liquid latex, miraculously not on the floor, all over my countertop. So I'm going to just tidy up the general area, let things dry, have my cup of tea, which I really, really, really want, and then we'll come back and see how freaky we can make this mask look. All our skin bits are ready. That looks so cool as it is. You could just have that, how I had it, semi-peeled, hanging off your face, and then you could do some face paint, and that'd look really cool. So I've had a think, and what I'm gonna do, let me get talc ready as well. I'm going to staple. I'm gonna have this shiny side up because it's got the better shape of the nose going. And I'm going to staple bits of flesh matte side up around. And then we're also gonna, maybe in between we'll see, I was thinking about the best way to attach this to the face. So I'm going with ribbon. Perhaps like one. I'm thinking it's going to need one around the eyes because I think it's just going to want to flap away from the eyes otherwise. We have got some thinner strips of flesh, but we can always just cut these and tear these to suit our purpose. So we're just going to have to be brave and do this. Now, I've never stapled liquid latex before, so we'll see how it takes. As long as it takes well enough to hold bits where we want them. Which I think it will do. I also think as well, perhaps the less thought about positioning, the better. You want it a bit haphazard. It's going to look even better like that. We're looking so grim, aren't we? This is looking really good. Oh my goodness, what have we created today? We have created a masterpiece. That's going to look good as it is. Let's cut several strips all roughly the same length. Let's work out how we're going to do this. So it's definitely going to stick to the face where we want it to stick to the face. So I think we're going to need something here, somewhere that's just over the ears. So yeah, I think probably there and there. We're going to need something over the top. I think we'll see how that feels first. We may or may not need something there and there. So let's attach these ones first and see how this feels. I'm going to go and pop in the bathroom for a second, see how this feels, and then report back. Okay, here and here, because that's just like, well, where the jaw nips in. It'll definitely look good there and there, having it pulled closer to the face. Right, I am going to go and don the mask. When we come back, it'll be pointing at me. So let's do this thing. Well, here's our mask. It does look really cool. And same for the dishevelled hair look. Just add a finishing touch. Yeah. In fact, the more dishevelled the hair, the better. Yeah. I think we're there. And it fits really well. It definitely needed the 3 sets of straps. So we're done. What do you all think? It's definitely one of the more freaky looking things that I've made. And I've made some freaky looking stuff. Let me just get the hair out my eyes for a second. Up to you as well. If you do attempt to make something like this, it is worth it. It is worth it. If you do want to attempt something like this, on the serious note, before we wrap up, do test the liquid latex on like the inside of your arm there, just to see if you react. If you've never played with it before, I've played with it before, so I knew I wouldn't react. It will still make, even if you don't react, it will still make your skin feel a little bit dried out, because that's what it does. So all I did to combat that was I washed my face really well with an exfoliator, and then I applied moisturizer like 3 times. Skin was fine. So do that. Yeah, if everything's cool, then all my days go for this, because this is so much fun. It is really weird looking, especially if you've got relatively, I don't have the biggest eyes, but I've got quite big eyes and quite a small mouth. But this does look cool. This looks, we can go wide-eyed. I mean, Leatherface would be proud of us. He'd be so proud right now. He'd probably adopt me and treat me as well as that family could. I have no particular plans. I don't dress up for Halloween, believe it or not, but I like making stuff for Halloween. If I were to dress up, I would wear this in a heartbeat. this would be my look. I think I could probably, with the individuals I work with, I could probably take it and show them as a surprise. I think they'd like it. They'd find it quite funny, actually. They'd probably want it. And I'll probably end up, I mean, I really like this. This deserves to be hung up on the wall. This could be when I eventually get a proper studio set up and not just my kitchen area. As lovely as it is, I'm going to have a lot of these bits up in the background, especially this. This looks so cool. We'll get in there close so you can see. We are looking pretty menacing. Very menacing. So yeah, that's the skin mask. I'm so glad I got to do it, because I've been itching to do this and I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I think this is a success. I really, really like this. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is a success? Is this a freaky mask? A freaky skin mask? I think it is. But I'd still like to hear what you think. And is this a winning look? Do you think this is a winning look for me? I think it is. This is definitely... I don't do makeup, but if I were, I think this is the way I should go. So, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out. I hope you've enjoyed this. I definitely have. This has been fun. And yeah, like I say, let me know what you think. Let me know any suggestions, recommendations, requests, anything fun like this. In fact, anything at all. If I can give it a go, art-wise, of course, I will give it a go. Like if you like what you see, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you see and you want to see more and know when it's coming. Thank you all again so much. Take care, and see you in the next one.